Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our Langrisser's mobile series. Today it is a Thursday, and last week Thursday we missed the daily event quest, so today we are gonna try to rectify this. However, these are not the units that we want to use. Our most interesting topic regarding this event is always the reward points, and for that we want to use... Who do we want to use? Maybe this setup is better? Yes, so we want to use the units in such a way that we always get the maximum points, but we are still able to complete the mission in auto battle mode. I'm going to insist on Narn so that she goes towards the flyer units instead of suiciding against the first ranged unit and deal no damage. I'm gonna let Luna move around here and cast her own buffs, and I'm gonna let Freya hopefully get close to Tiaris, activate her defense, and Tiaris can then join the rest of the fight as well. We'll do one last check, make sure that all the abilities are in place, and it looks like we are ready to go. Alright, so the slows are applied. Lana begins with Heaven's Sanction, dealing damage to at least 2 units and taking none herself, so that's already good. And while these units are what you could call a little bit unprotected, we are hoping that they will go for the healer, and the healer will be protected by Freya for sure. Narm proving once again that tiny units with SR equipment are absolutely capable of destroying enemies as long as the proper faction buffs are in place, and that's what she proved once again. So, enemy turn number 1. The ranged unit will try to either attack Luna or Lana. Lana it is, and probably dies in the process. Yes, Lana an extremely strong attacker still, no matter if it's on her turn or counterattack. This could get tricky. A tentacle pulls us out of Freya's protection. The angel goes for the buff. It's not really useful for her because she will get attacked again. And then Tiaris gets demolished by Aniki. Okay, so the follow-up question will be, will our units be able to kill Aniki before it kills us in these AoE attacks? And we will have to see what's going on here. Luna goes for Wind Spiral, and then we'll try to kill the angel. And the angel goes down with no problem. Freya has attack blessing, so at least she's gonna do 1000 damage. Good job, Freya. But triggers Barb, which is always pretty good. So now on this particular turn, Aniki will receive a ton of damage, and so will this unit as well, the tentacle monster. Cuttlefish, thanks to Barb. And I also don't think Freya will die this turn, which means some more AoE may be applied by Lana, and some more attacks may come the way of the Aniki before we die. That is actually just beautiful. But the AoE comes and there's nothing we can do against that. Okay, our units move forward. The reason why Narm is able to move around with no problem is because she has flying units carrying her around. Sky Archer are very particular units, and that's exactly what they can do. Freya whittles down both enemies to quite a low number, and I believe this one will die just by attacking. And Aniki decides to jump all the way around and apply his AoE. Does not get the kills though, which means he is most likely dead. Excellent. Alright, so that's the first run of the event of today, and we actually finished it in 4 turns with only 1 death. I would say that was pretty good. We even got one of the rewards already. However, for the purpose of doing auto battles the most effective way possible, we are going to go again for the second daily, and we're going to do a small change and hope that this will do the following. Freya will protect Tiaris just like the first time, but as she moves here, the tentacle unit will be trying to pull her out but Freya will be in the way. So she will not get pulled, which means Aniki won't be able to kill her in one hit, and maybe she gets to live longer. As always, our objective is to find the most optimal positions for the auto battle, and that's exactly what we're doing by trying to change these two units around. So the battle begins again. Lana begins with Heaven's Sanction exactly like last time, which is also what we wanted. Luna follows up with Faction Buff, and Narm will destroy the enemy on the bottom left. Luna even gets a Gale trigger, which lets her attack this enemy, which may die. So very close. But that damage was dealt, and that's pretty good. Narm goes for the left, using aim and the Sky Archers, and destroys the first Harpy. Uses Roundabout to stay safe. And a tiny change that we planned at least looks like exactly what we intended. We'll see, however, that maybe thanks to Luna's daring attack, the cuttlefish may end up going for her instead of Tiaris, which could result in a shameful defeat of Luna. We were exactly correct. Luna went too far, and now got pulled. I don't think this is still quite a problem, because our units are mostly alive, and Luna already took care of giving the faction buff to everyone else. Lana goes for another AoE, dealing almost half health in damage because of the Queen's Ascension. I would say that's 40%. Narm gets to fight the Angel, does not get the kill, but it's pretty close. And these two units then get closer to try to incite them to attack them instead of Lana. That would be good for us. Okay, the Cuttlefish takes the bait, tries to get buffed, doesn't get anything, moves onto ground, loses the defense bonus, and gets killed in counterattack, maybe. Not killed, but very close. I don't know. So the reason why all of these attacks are dealing so much damage to the enemy is because we have stacked as much defense as possible on our Freya, and also equip her with a mirror armor SSR item, so that yet another instance of fixed damage occurs. So on events like this, Freya is an incredibly useful character. And while Aniki thinks that a Gale proc is actually good, we have finished turn 2 the event, because again, Barb triggers, and that will be the end of it. Ooh, I would say that was a pretty effective change, just by changing the position of 2 units. Okay, so we got one SR reward, which is not really important. We didn't even get one of the good ones. I guess we can store it with all the other junk that we have. So we are currently at 37,000 points, and we get like a bit below 5,000 points per day. Sorry, 6,000 points per day or so, I don't know. So I guess in the following week we may get close to the SSR item, and in the last week we are for sure going to finish, especially because we also did all the challenge levels. Alright, so that is it for the event of today. We have already covered all the Anikis of today, the dragon, the fire dragon, the goblin attempts, and the bonding realm of today as well. The Eternal Temple may be a series of videos I will prepare for the future. And right now we have one last thing to show, and that is a new version of our PvP team. So stay tuned, and I'll be back in 1 second.